Oh man.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh man. That's a beautiful thing I read up top. You have been unmuted. Good. Because I've been silenced for way too long. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while.
25 minutes.
I've been silenced. Silenced. Devin, why you show up late today?
What are you talking about?
Devin, look.
No. See, ladies, see, I don't know what's up with this. Who? What? Did you not have no milk? Did you run out of milk this morning or something when you had your cereal?
Devin. Devin. Devin Lee Crimes. Look, you busting in here 30 seconds. 30 seconds before I have to press the live button is unacceptable. Unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Everything worked out though.
Everything works out. See, man, you see, that's why I can't stand people like you. You know,
I
you
mean,
on your time. We supposed to be on our time together. This is a togetherness. Man, you just, oh, well, let me just waltz in here whenever I feel like it because it's WrestleMania weekend. You know, that you I know you feeling like Carmelo Hayes. I know that's pretty much how you feeling these days. But look, man, you gotta
and we
relax.
getting that gold Saturday.
Look, you gotta relax yourself. Here goes Justin, man. What's up, fellas? WrestleMania week. Let's
Yo,
go. Hey, hold on. I'm sorry. Let's rewind this whole thing. Hold on. I didn't do the intro. I'm gonna read your text again, Justin, so that way we can get you on Spotify. And this is going on Spotify. Hello, all, and welcome to the Heel Turn Podcast. I'm your host, host, Isaiah Jackson Jr. Me and Devin, I say that often because me and Devin have decided to switch up the roles. We're going in reverse. So we never picked a day for when we were going to do it. What day do you prefer? Sundays or Tuesdays? Or are you Triple H? Or do you work on
yeah, I don't
Sundays?
like working on Tuesdays, man.
All right, so Devin be hosting Sunday shows. Devin will host Sunday shows. I'm hosting Tuesdays. I got two Taco Tuesdays. That's what I'm on. But look, man, we got a long show today. Devin, I hope you ain't doing nothing tonight. NXT, forget about it, man. That's what we got. That's what we got Saturday to look at. We
He got me missing out on programming. See,
yeah.
man.
Before I get into that though, Justin comes in. What's up, fellas? WrestleMania week. Let's go. You 100% right, man. I feel you on that. Devin, I never asked you. We never got your public answer of how you felt on Sunday. That's all jokes aside.
Look, man. Look. Uh, that was my first time in the driver's seat because Isaiah's. He don't like to let people drive sometimes. I don't know if he just think like he could get. He one of the people that's like, I know the side rights. I know how to get there. I was like, all right, man. Let me. He was like, hey, I'll let you drive. So look, I went back to the drum board and I figured out my X and O's, and come Sunday, um, yeah, we're gonna be in better shape than we was on this past Sunday. We're gonna be more loosened up. I'm gonna get my morning joke going on, and yeah, that's all I got to say.
See, here we go. You killed it on Sunday, Devin. Got love
See,
for
look
him.
at that. I appreciate that, Justin, for real. Thank
Yeah,
you.
shout out to Justin, man. Even though he be coming
Oh,
through with the spankings,
come
sometimes
on now.
when the quizzes come through. And look, we gotta call a spade, man. Maybe he be coming through in the quizzes. We gotta see if we'll have another one later on today. That's a little tease. But Devin, yeah, we got a long show. And it's starting off with CM Punk, more CM Punk drama. CM Punk and John Moxley, man. First off, you read all of what CM Punk posted on social media. He called Dave Meltzer an idiot, a liar. Excuse me. He called Dave Meltzer a liar. He called Chris Jericho a liar and a stooge. And he
Who
pretty
lost that?
much, yeah, I don't know. When I hear a stooge, I just think of the Three Stooges. He just stupid. That dude over there just stupid. But but CM Punk just went on to say John Moxley wanted to do this, Rocky 3 type of storyline, and he's like, I never seen Rocky 3. John Moxley was like, well, I don't care because I ain't losing. And CM Punk's like, what are you talking about? He's like, Tony, is this what you want? Yeah. He was like, all right, well, I'm injured. Let me heal up. And it was like, well, it's just gonna be a squash match. You can just get in the ring, do a little flippy bull, and get up out of there. So, long story short, CM Punk said he's not gonna put his health over for the company ever again, for a company ever again. So this brings us to Jon Moxley. Now, Devin, should I censor myself or should I do the time to do the editing and censor out my curse words? Devin, what should I do today?
I mean, whatever decision you make, you're gonna be the one that's gonna be.
See, this man gives me no answer. I wanted to.
Well, see, look. I'll put it like this. I mean, think about it. Do you want to do extra work later on, or do you just want to just be on the PG side today?
All right, fine. Here,
hey, I'm just trying to help out, man.
Jon Moxley went on Renee Paquette's The Sessions, where he pretty much talked about CM Punk's Instagram's post orally, and he goes on and says, "It's flippin' annoying. Just because somebody says some stupid slight on social media, that's not news, but it is, and it becomes a thing. I don't want to be dragged into this dumb shite. I couldn't flip and unload. I can flip and unload on a lot of flipping people right now, but I'm not gonna sink to that level." So then he pretty much says he didn't resign with the company initially when he had the AEW belt after he beat CM, when he was beefing with CM Punk. So he said he wanted to take things slow after he was just getting out of rehab. He said he wanted to ease into things and see what life was like on the other side, and talking about his AEW contract being extended and just working out on a new deal. And then he says, basically, I don't work there. For all the intents and purposes, I don't even work here. Tony Khan is not my boss. I don't even have to be in this room. I don't have to do slight. So even being in this room and offering and agreeing to do a storyline that puts you, CM Punk, over in a pay-per-view, if anything, I'm bending over backwards for Tony and for this dude and the company and everybody. I didn't have to. Do that slump. So that's it. Devin, man, your thoughts on the situation?
The whole thing is.
There's more.
You said, but wait, there's more. No.
Yeah. I was like, what is it now? But for now, yeah, it's yours. For now, yeah.
Well, the entire thing is messy and it ain't really gonna be cleaned up anytime soon. And basically, the way I see it, I really don't get how. He made it seem like I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do this, and I'm like, well, what was you gonna do then? You just gonna walk away? Just like lead a whole? How can I? You see what I'm trying to say? It's like he says it like, well, I ain't have to do this. I wasn't no contract. I ain't. Well, okay. What was you gonna do then, John?
Like, yeah, it sounded like you had all the leverage. Why didn't you do it?
That's why I'm like, well, shoot, I ain't have to do this and I ain't have to do that. Well, I could have did this, and I'm like, okay, like, you went through it. I was done. No, I'm like, I'm done.
No, he also goes on to say, as an observer, I spent 8 years in the Indies, a couple years in WWE developmental, 8 years in WWE. I have never seen so much bull slight drama in one place in my entire flipping life. And I hate to say that. I don't know if it's because of the age of social media. Slight gets blown out of proportion. Like one person posts a drunk tweet and all of a sudden it's all everyone wants to talk about. So he says, let me be clear. The vast majority of people there don't cause any problems, but they're getting sucked down into this stuff like everybody else. There's plenty of people who want to get better and perform, man. And I know there was a little bit more too, where he was going on about pretty much CM Punk and this whole thing. But man, Devin, my question is, CM Punk, a man who has been silent, Jon Moxley, a man who has been even more silent, you could say. At the end of the day, I'm still Team CM Punk. Look, at the end of the day, because just from me hearing all of this and Jon Moxley not even kind of denying this whole thing, he's just saying this dude posted our business on social media and everybody got to post our business and everybody our business. but you spent a whole 2 hours on your wife's podcast speaking about your business. You know, if you wouldn't never say anything then. CM, it would have just been CM Punk's word, and we would have just went on with our day. John Moxley decided to respond to it, and he's just like, "Well, it's my business. I keep everything secret. I had the belt, and I ain't even." And then it's not our business, but you're gonna tell us 2 years, like a year's worth of your business. And to be honest, it still doesn't, make you look any less innocent. And to be honest, it makes Tony Khan look even worse because everybody from Hangman Page. Yeah, look, from Hangman Page to CM Punk to the Young Bucks to Kenny Omega and to even Sammy Guevara, everybody has their very own mindset, and none of them are let's be honest, really contributing equally to help the company. Some is for self gain, and CM Punk, you can say he's in that realm too. He's trying to run a business. So you have all these guys in one spot. All their heads going a separate way, and you can't get these guys on the same page. You guys can't sit in the room and talk about this. CM Punk trying to get some time off, and yet you're still like, no, bro, I don't care if you're injured. It could just be a 3-minute match where you could get even more injured. Like, come on now, that's stupid. Now let him would have landed on his head. Let CM Punk would have had a right back situation. You would have messed it all up, and he ain't coming back. Justin comes in. He says Tony Khan needs, and I repeat, needs to start stepping up and doing something about all the drama. Stop being a fan. Put his foot down and handle business like an owner. Yes, exactly.
That would have prevented almost a year's worth of drama because that's the thing. Even like at the scrum, like he's just sitting there, just I don't know what to do. It's like, dude, this is your business. Like, put some respect on it. Like, tell these people, hey, we're gonna either figure this out or you out of here, and then move on. All this back and forth, all this slight from everybody else, and that's the thing. CM Punk is just now saying something. Besides the little, jabs he would say while he was commentating for that fighting thing. Other than that, this is the first time he's really actually said anything. And even in that context, he never really said he had an extreme issue with Moxley. He just said, I didn't agree with the Rocky 3 thing. I thought it was stupid. And he refused to lose to me. I never heard that before. But he never said he was like a liar. He never called him a stooge. He only said it about Dave Meltzer and Chris Jericho. So, really, for him to be so, I didn't have to do this and I have to do that. Well, all he was saying that he just didn't like your plan. That was really all he really said about Moxley.
That's literally all it is. And I understand where John Moxley is even coming from. Like, that's not even the crazy part about that. Because I can see where he's like upset. But at the end of the day, like, I understand you're working with no contract. Yeah, you're working with no contract. You didn't want to get dragged into this. But yet at the end of the day, you're still playing a part in this whole thing, regardless. You're the reason why CM Punk, like, granted, Dave Meltzer is kind of also the problem in this. Dave Meltzer, look, okay. I'm gonna watch what I say here.
He the one that started this.
Hold on. Let me figure out how to say this because I respect Dave Meltzer because he's the OG. He's been doing this well before we've been alive. He knows way more wrestling than we know anything else in this world. But bro has become such an AEW meat eater, like it ain't even funny, bro. Like, it's kind of sad, and now it's gotten to the point to where it's just like, and we're what? Since we naming names, yeah, even Wrestle Talk, like we watch Wrestle Talk on YouTube, and like it's getting to the point to where some of these people, and I'm not saying these people are connected. I'm not going nowhere around that. I'm just saying the fact that you could be so AEW centric to where you're not even as critical as you should be. Let it get to WWE. Let me tell you how bad of a company that is. But let me watch WrestleMania where 67,000 fans are going to be there. But yet, AEW can do the most craziest of stuff. Oh, man, did you see that Kenny Omega versus Death Star match where he threw a spirit bomb on him? And, it's just unnecessary. Like, so Dave Meltzer coming up with these random stories about, and I'm saying random stories because they've been debunked. They've been debunked by CM Punk. They've been debunked by even John Moxley. They've been debunked by so many people in AEW, and it's just lies. And we don't know who's spreading the information. CM Punk came out and literally said it was the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Like that was his exact words. I'm not.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, let's put it like that. I wouldn't be shocked. But at the end of the day, man, I just really don't. I don't know how you can sit there and be comfortable with. And I'm speaking on a Dave Meltzer level. I don't know how you can sit there and be comfortable knowing you have this bias, and it's hard to deny. Like, come on now. Like we read the articles, we see what you hear, we hear you in the podcast. And this isn't to call out Dave Meltzer. This is calling out reporters because Devin, we've watched the AEW media scrum. I don't know about you, and this is not the flex, but I went to school for journalism. I went to school for communication.
This guy.
I was like, look, I did. Look, I ain't got no. But I went to school for that. So the first thing I'm not gonna do is, Isaiah Jackson, the Hill Turn podcast. Nice to meet you, MJF. You have been my favorite wrestler, and I just want to know, what are you gonna do next? Because I really want to know what are you gonna do in your next outing? Because I just love everything that you do. Like, bro, like you should immediately choke me out and pull me from that room and take my credentials off my neck and let me walk on, because that's bad reporting. You're not reporting nothing. You're just showing your favoritism. So that's just another thing. It's just weird. I didn't mean to go on a tangent with that. Justin comes out and says it's pretty ironic how Taz years ago talked about WWE being a sloppy shop, yet AEW is being just that and letting this drama happen and leak out to the public. Devin, your thoughts on that text?
I definitely agree, because I put it like this. That's my whole thing with AEW. Like from the start, they just been saying like, "Oh, we're gonna be so much better than WWE. This is a happy place. We're all friends here. Happy wrestlers, happy fans. You can get a happy meal too after every show, ice cream included." But that's not the case. Like it was never gonna be that way, because nobody gonna ever just walk in every day and everybody just agrees. No type of place, no workplaces where everybody's just every day has no issues. It's gonna be somebody didn't come into work. Now so and so got to pick up the slack. Now they kind of agitated. That's gonna happen, and they need to just not deny it and just take it and face it and come to some type of conclusion. I mean, just be adults. Like, look, did you do this and do that? I did this and that. I ain't do that. Just talk. Get it over with. We've been dragging this out. Been talking about it for almost a year now, and it's like, what money is being made? How can I put it better? Think about the much more money that could be made if they would just sit there and just hash it out. Just get it over with.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
just go back and forth.
Exactly. That's why I won't see him. Look, CM Punk needs to come back. At the end of the day, CM Punk needs to come back, and we just need to be adults, man. Adults fight at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And so it is what it is. We'll just just let it go and call it a day. We're all professional and we're all grown. Just don't be in the same locker room as me and stay away from my dog. That's all it has to be.
Said open my door too fast.
Right, yeah, don't open up my door too fast, man. But Devin, man, and don't bite me. But hey, man, we gotta talk about something serious, something important, because I believe it was, what year was it? I think the year was 2004, 2005-ish. Isaiah was playing with his wrestlers, man. Little Isaiah was playing with his little wrestlers. Had a little, I ain't gonna lie to you, I used to have this little Jeff Hardy one. He lost all his clothes, so he was just fighting in
like
trunks.
where this is going.
Look, he only had trunks, so he only had one leg. So I had this one leg of Jeff Hardy. He was my favorite one because he had enough flexibility where he could still do his little dance. So I just flicker. So it's like he looked like a little pix. You know the little pix when you pop over the pants. It's called pants. The pants suspenders.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had this little one-legged Jeff Hardy, and I had John Cena, but he only had one hand, and his face was all red because I used to cover his face up with red marker because that was my blood. But anyway, as I was playing my steel cage match, man, I seen somebody on the TV. I turned around and I instantly dropped my wrestlers. Doop. I realized I didn't want to play with toys anymore. I realized I was a grown man because who I saw was the new inductee in the 2023 Hall of Fame class, Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler. is going to be inducted into the 2023 Hall of Fame, man. Devin, besides the story, how do
I
you
got a lot
feel?
about that.
How do you feel about Stacy Keibler getting into the Hall of Fame?
I'm gonna get to that. I'll address and I'll get to the nonsense after that. All congratulations to Stacy Keibler. I'm happy she's getting that recognition. I'm happy she's gonna be submitted into the WB Hall of Fame, and it's a great thing to see. It's a great thing to see. And look, I can't help it. I gotta address your story, dude. You mean to tell me your Jeff Hardy only had like one leg or one arm, whatever, one eye? Yeah, John Cena only had one arm or something. Ketchup still stuck in his eyelids. And you mean to tell me you became a man after that?
I became a
Do
man
you
after.
know after you saw? Yeah, I get that, but I mean, come on, man, you can't. There had to be some type of stages there because I feel like this. The reason why I'm looking at you funny is that I still have Mike. I think it's like the ones I just found recently. I have an old Matt Hardy and a Rey Mysterio, and do you know they still have all limbs attached?
They still got what
I mean,
attached?
all limbs attached. Like they not
Oh,
missing
see,
no arms, no legs.
nah. See, I used to have.
I don't know what kind of death matches you was having.
I did have death matches. See, I would have a ring, but I had a vent. You know, them little metal vents on the floor. So I put my ring in the middle and I had the vent out. So I just throw them out the ring. Oh, doof. Oh my God, it's still and I'm like rubbing Jeff Hardy's
That is kind of creative.
I'm like, John Cena's getting his face rubbed on in the vent. And then I'm like, oh my God. Taking a red marker. He's bleeding all over the place. Spitting out the cap. He's bleeding all over the place.
You know what? See, I used to have good old fashioned matches.
You just don't got imagination, man. That's your problem.
No, I just don't gotta go and break people's legs off and throw them against vents and stuff.
See, that's the thing. I was AEW before AEW, man. Y'all just jealous.
See, I had good old traditional matches. I had a little story going into it. I was like, John Cena defended his championship tonight, and Triple H is a really, strong contender. And look, it's not like it's no rules, it's no lazy booking going on. So, I mean, I was just put together a match, and I mean, I may bring in a steel chair when the referee ain't looking, but that's what the game would do. He was playing dirty, but nobody had to lose their arm. That's my issue now.
I was trying to make them lose their arm. It just fell off.
That's my issue now with all these death matches and these, like I love independent shows, but y'all ain't got to do all the stuff y'all be doing. I hate to go away. I know we ain't even touching on that, but
we came on it. But since we on the topic, since we're still on it,
no disrespect to Stacy Keibler.
Here's how my brother used to fry me, man, because I never had an argument or rebuttal to this, and maybe somebody can help me because I be playing, and he's like, "You're over there." My older brother, obviously, this sounds like something off a Disney movie. I mean, you're playing with your dolls. I'm like, I ain't playing with dolls. They action figures. He like, they're not action figures. You the one doing the action. So they dolls. I'm like, no, they action figures. Make it do an action. Sit it down and make it do an action. So I sit it down and it just don't move. That's a doll. And I'm like, see, man. Like, I just
leave me alone.
Why ain't exactly? Because I got like my sister over there playing with Barbie, not the oldest, but all of them are older than me. But I got one of them playing with Barbie dolls. And I'm just sitting here with wrestlers. I got Jeff Hardy because the only part that could flip open was his chest on up. So I come out and with one arm and one leg.
I had 3 ranges of like wrestling action figures. I had the ones at Walmart, the deluxe ones with like the whole torso move, all the joints be moving. Then I had the one that's before that where it's just your knees and your arms move. Then you know what I even had? I even had them cheap ones. Well, the only thing will move is their shoulders. It's like no knee movement, no none of that. So you can't tell me I wasn't no dedicated action figure wrestling collector, man. And they all still got their limbs included.
Yeah, okay. This is my last story. Then we'll go back to Stacy Keibler because we gotta get. I love Miss Stacy Keibler. But look, man, I never forget. I don't know what Christmas it was, but I was a little kid, and I'm looking at them. I'm scoping the gifts, and I'm seeing the ones that are like shaped in like wrestler form. I'm like, oh hell yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'm on there. Yeah, it's good Christmas. I just remember the first one they opened up. It was like, oh, it's from your auntie. She said you really like wrestlers. I'm like, oh man, bet. Tear it up. it was Arya Davari. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with him?
Hey, if you think about it, if you needed like a squash match, you know, you want to just feed somebody to somebody. See, you got to think bigger, man.
I'm like 7 or 8. What? I could care less about a squash match.
See,
I'm over here trying to have ladder matches. My
what if
mom
you
bought me
needed a Royal
game
Rumble?
and you want me to play it with Arya Davari. I was sick. At least give me the Great Khali. But man, Stacy Keibler, and I ain't gonna lie, when I dropped those toys, I promise you, bro, it was like a little. You ever seen in the movies like the little pan ups where it's just like, bro, man, come on now, bro, come on, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but I'm not gonna
pan ups with the bro. Look, we speaking. This is our age, man. This is PG-14. This is TV-14. We talking about. You seen that picture with her and the Dudleys with the tag titles? Did you or did you not?
I did, but I mean, I
we can't avoid not talking about it.
I mean, we can't, but you know, we probably had just different reactions. I put it that way. You over here dropping toys and papers and stuff and having dramatic pauses in life. You know, maybe it was for me. It was in later stages. You know, I wasn't. You know, it took me some time. I put it like that.
It took me some time.
I was just.
I ain't gonna lie to you, look, man. I don't know. Maybe who were you watching it with? You must not have been watching Raw by yourself. That was probably the problem.
That's true.
Sit there and soak it because, like, look, when she was coming out with Scott Steiner, bro, Big Papa Pump, man. And she left Test. She was like, man, I don't want that RP Test, man. I ain't trying to speak at you the crazy light. But man, look, Stacy Keibler was with Test. Man, she got with a Big Papa Pump, man. She used to go, man.
See, all right, see, you know, I guess my mind as a child was just see stuff and be like, I probably shouldn't be seeing this. That's just me.
Goodness,
that's just me. Man. See, that's probably why I don't have an issue.
Get out of here.
What you mean?
Get out of here.
I think I turned out to be a really respectable citizen, though. I'm not saying you're not.
Since we have church on Sunday, I can't watch this on Monday. Like, come on now, this dude.
I just look the way I grew up. Like I say, I would just see stuff and be like, I probably shouldn't be, you know. See, man. Okay, maybe it is just me because I see Justin also.
Yeah, Justin did the exact same thing with my action figures as well.
Man, see, y'all just didn't care about your action figures, man. I at least placed them down. You know,
it's not like we were throwing them down the stairs.
No, I don't know, man. It's for them to be missing arms and legs. I think you did.
Or once they fall off, we're not thinking about reattaching them. We're just, it fell.
You know what? As much as these stories come out, it's starting to really shape the picture here. It really does.
Also, you just be having clean matches. Okay, let me just put you right here. You put it back in the box. That's you.
Yeah.
I had a little bag. I had a wrestler bag that I had to carry around. It was like I was looking like Santa Claus with a bunch of broken wrestlers. I'm like, here goes your Rock with one eye.
It sounds like a Toy Story like landfill or something. Like they all just sitting there, he had me at WrestleMania 18 and I lost my toe.
Nah, I just look. It is what it is. Wrestlers had to go through war, man. You wasn't gonna be my wrestler if you didn't have to go through a freaking Texas Chainsaw Death match.
See. And like, what was the purpose of this, man? When you could have just had a regular match and told a regular story.
Devin just soft, man. I can't believe this.
What do you mean? I'm not one of these outlaw people that just have to set on fire and cans and stuff. I don't have to do that to tell a story.
Okay, I have a question then. Did you like Tori Wilson? Were you you was a Tori Wilson person? That's what it is, right?
I did. I mean, it wasn't a thing of favoritism or nothing back in the day. They were all very wonderful to me. Not to me, but you know what I'm saying, like on the telly. No, you know, come on, man. No, I did though. You know, she's come out with a little dog. You know, come on now.
Oh, the little dog. Yeah, I'm like, who was your? Because Devin don't talk about his crushes on here. We finna make you uncomfortable today, Devin. Look, who was your ride or die back in the day? Because I always think, I'm gonna
tell you. I'll tell you, man. I was a Mickey James guy, man.
Yo, it's Mickey J. That's because you like crazy women. That's your problem.
Look, hey, she straightened out though. Come on now.
You was the dude in the background, dude. You was clapping her theme song, clap, 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 clap. You was when she come out. You in the
Man, it was like
background
boom,
doing the theme
boom, boom,
song.
boom, 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 boom. Come on, see, man, because that's that little span of like the Divas era that you skipped out on. You missed out on a lot of good stuff, man. You missed out on them. You missed out on bangers, man. It was underestimating them.
I said, look, Kelly, obviously, because I
See, I
remember
ain't even talking about them.
CW.
See, I ain't even talking about that though.
What
We
you
talking about.
I'm talking about.
I'm talking about you was missing out on ones with Melina, Mickey
I love
James,
Melina.
Beth Phoenix at that time, not Beth Phoenix now, part time Beth.
She was alright.
Back then, come on though.
She was good,
Man,
but she
Beth
was
Phoenix
alright.
back then would be running circles around like Rhea Ripley right now, man.
Whoa, relax yourself now.
Back
Relax.
then, come
Hold
on,
on
man.
now. Well, okay, maybe you might have an argument. Maybe
Beth Phoenix was squishing people like paper, dude.
I will chill out on that. You might have a point on that one.
Beth Phoenix and Natalya was a mean.
Man, look. Well, but I like Layla.
Yeah, Layla and Michelle McCool. Lay cool. See you.
See, I wasn't. Yeah, no. Michelle McCool's.
What you mean?
She was just yeah.
All right. See that's why
As a heel, she was awesome. And everything else, yeah.
Well, why I ain't talking about before the year when she was a heel? That's when she was in her peak form to me.
Right? Yeah. Oh my God, that.
Telling you that era was underestimated, right?
Man, Justice says even though Stacy never really had any accomplishments in her career, she was part of the business for a long time. Justin, don't do that. Justin.
I mean,
don't do that.
Justin, the one that's. I mean, he. This is no shame,
Justin, don't do that.
We still acknowledging her though, cause yeah.
Look,
it's crazy because my only fake memory of her is just her getting RKO by Randy Orton, and he's how would he do that to his girlfriend? Oh my God.
I remember her getting stunned. She was drinking beer. I don't like it. I don't like it. And Stone Cold, took her to Stunnerville.
She is cemented in those memories, whether your memories, which are very vastly different from mine. I didn't have to drop toys and everything when I saw her. So, I kept my composure. I'm like, some people just, oh my God. I didn't do all that.
Randy Orton was sitting there with RKOs. Where the Stone Cold was in there with stunners, and all I wanted to do was take her to Suplex City.
That makes things that makes nothing better. See what
that makes nothing better. No, in all reality, I think she's married with kids. Let me stop. So look, we're just happy that she's in the Hall of Fame. We're just happy. Well, mainly more so me, more happier than others that she's in the Hall of Fame. So let's not get one thing twisted. Jamie Hayter's still the one. Devin. Let's get into Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, of course, has some comments as usual because what else is new? Ronda Rousey goes on to talk about her feud with Ronda Rousey. Wow. Ronda Rousey.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Ronda Rousey. I messed it up. Look, Ronda Rousey. Yes. Who could also forget when she was responsible for calling test fans testicles? Look, man.
See what I've said?
She was a part of something huge, man. Including Big Papa Pump, man. Look, she definitely was. Yes, sir.
Was.
I said she was, not look. I said she was. Look. Anyway, Ronda Rousey. She said her feud with Liv Morgan was hamstrung by a bunch of octogenarians. What was that word, Devin? Octogenarians?
Man, she could have just said any other word. She just had to be extra, man. Nobody used that word just normally. They'd be mad when I saw it.
That Ronda Rousey used is a person who is in between 80 to 89 years old.
Why she just didn't say that?
An 80-year-old, exactly. So obviously talking about Vince. But yeah, she says it was hamstrung by a bunch of 80-year-olds who still think they know how to be hip. She says, imagine what our feud could have been if it wasn't for yeah. Who still think they know how to be hip while putting less than 5 minutes of thought a week into each woman's storylines. And then it's pretty much just going on that she was just saying that her and Liv Morgan could have did a whole lot more. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough time, nor the pretty much right person handling their storylines. And it was somebody that made it was somebody that was of 80-year-old stature, 80 to 89-year-old stature, pretending to be hip, acting to know, as if they know what's going on in the world. Devin, your thoughts on Liv Morgan? God, I say get it together, man. Your thoughts on Ronda Rousey's comments?
I was like, man, my thoughts on Liv Morgan. Where can I start? Yeah, look, I really don't agree with Ronda Rousey on a lot of things, but for this one, I'll be that person. I guess I'll slide over here. I agree with what she's saying, because I mean, I'm gonna say it like this: you can see the evidence of that even going into these WrestleManias. These WrestleMania matches. Like Bianca and Asuka, like really, what's going on? I mean, it's gonna be a fire match. Don't get me wrong, but like, what's been really enticing you to it? And I'm not saying every story need to have a bloodline type of, attention to it, where it's like weekly, built on months. We got a 2-hour, whole story about it. But at the same time, I just don't think that really they're not getting really those enticing storylines to really build you up to anticipate for a match. It's just really relying on the performance of the match itself. It'll balance out the horrible lead up to it. So I see what she's saying. And I mean, that whole thing she had with Liv Morgan was underwhelming. All the way from that finish at SummerSlam that made it tough for me to defend. And then the way everything just kind of flattened out at Extreme Rules, which I didn't understand, because it felt like it was started off on respect. Because when she cashed in and won the championship, she shook her hand and stuff like, okay, I respect you. But then it ended like, I don't respect you. You ain't nothing. Like, that's kind of backwards. Should have went the other way. So, I mean, I do feel if they had more better hands on it, maybe we could have got something that wasn't as underwhelming as what we got.
I hate you. I
mean, you can get in line. I mean,
look, man, I disagree wholeheartedly. And I disagree wholeheartedly because, look, man, what were they doing before? Look, and I agree with you. The women's division definitely could use some help. Yeah, storyline wise, definitely could use some help. But what was Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey going to do? What was Liv Morgan doing that was, okay, she won Money in the Bank. She beat Ronda Rousey. But even then, nobody really had faith that Liv Morgan was going to hold this title for any while longer. So I thought, what? We gave her 3 months. And that's how long she lasted, 3 months. What was she going to do with 3 months that was just going to be the most amazing storyline ever? Because if it was, she was going to lose the title.
I mean, everybody loses the title eventually. I mean, Roman, he going to lose eventually.
But yet, everything he's been doing is fire. Can you tell me something fire that Liv Morgan did in her title reign?
I mean, you acting like you can give me a 3 month like Martin Scorsese masterpiece in 3 months. You can't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think this bloodline story would be as enticing as it is if we stop at SummerSlam 2020 and ended at maybe TLC that year? No. Okay, I'm not saying.
Okay, then let's do here. Give me some of Bianca's decent stuff she's been doing. Bianca versus Becky, that's been fire, right?
That was the last, but that's the last thing we've gotten.
Bianca versus Bayley, was that somewhat decent?
It was. I feel like it was. I feel like it got cut a little short though, because of her injury, Bayley's injury.
We ain't gonna talk about Bianca versus Alexa. That's a waste of time.
No, that wasn't even. I don't think that was the plan really like that. Exactly. The last thing we've gotten where you can actually like. That's why I was going crazy so much for that Becky and Bianca's match, because I felt like it was already planting seeds from that previous SummerSlam.
But what is Liv and Ronda gonna do? Here, we got something right here. Justice says Ronda probably doesn't even know what that word means. She really is that mom that tries to be cool, but just comes off as cringe. Man, that's 100% fact. He also follows up with WWE is responsible for dropping the ball on Liv. They should have never did what they did at SummerSlam.
Never. I hate it. I don't even watch it because of that. They could have just had her.
Here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, I was just gonna go on an old year tangent. They could have just had her just had Ronda's shoulders on the mat, and Ronda just wasn't paying attention because she was just trying to take Liv's arm off, and that's what happened. And you could have just came back the next week. I was gonna destroy you, but you know, da 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 da, and then could have had Liv. Well, you didn't, you know that. I'm not saying I'm gonna make the whole story. You could have gave us something better than that because it set it up for failure. Like ain't nobody gonna want to cheer for somebody that tapped out. Apparently, you know, we seen it with our own eyes. So it was doomed from that. One finish just spoiled the rest of it.
Here's where I still disagree with you. Because at the end of the day, what was Liv Morgan going to do with this title? We gave her a time limit. So
you giving somebody 3 months.
And that's all she had the title for was 3 months because we knew when she held the belt, it wasn't going to be for long. What were you going to do exciting in those 3 months? So with her and Ronda, like, they can complain all they want, but Ronda got the title back. This was just a way to give her the title back. I don't think this was nothing for Liv. This was everybody to get that feel. For people like you, to get them little feel good moments. Yeah, to point at you.
You pointing me at you because you're right. You're right.
So
Pointing
people
at
like
me.
you who have podcasts can come in here and smile cheese, talk about how great Liv Morgan is. Liv Morgan took 10 steps today. Why is she not the president of the United States?
Look, I don't even do it like that. See, the thing is, everybody was looking at me like I was some madman. I was like, Liv Morgan gonna win the Money in the Bank this year. I said that weeks before it happened, and then it happened, and nobody was like, "Oh, you know what, Devin? You right. I ain't see that coming." No, it's just, well, she only gonna have it for about a week, and a week turned into a month. Then a month turned into 2 months. Then 2 months turned into 3 months, and now here we are. So I'm like, well, she really wasn't gonna do that much in 3 months. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing in about 3 months. You can go to the gym for 3 months and then start going back to your regular what you was doing before and erase all of that.
That's what she did. Look, she got the Biggie treatment, man. Let's just be happy for her. She got the Biggie treatment.
Oh, we are. That's you the one. That's not, man. Liv Morgan.
No,
she need to go back NXT. I don't even know why she thinks she up
there. Go to NXT
and do what that she hasn't done already.
Oh, Justin comes in. Liv did have a great feud with Becky for the Raw Women's Championship before she won the SmackDown Women's Championship. Justin,
thank you, Justin.
I'm sorry. That is bull jive.
No. Justin, don't listen to him. Justin, don't listen to him.
Justin.
Thank you.
Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Did or did not? Was that the whole thing when Becky Lynch was getting jumped in her training facility?
No. See, I'm not even gonna put that on. No. See, I told you. No, we erased that from canon. That was somebody stupid. That was thinking of that. Because it was backwards. Why would a baby face go attack a heel? Why they training?
While she's training, and then she goes up with the kendo stick. I felt good. I needed to prove something to somebody.
I don't put that on her because that's backwards.
I promise you, the promos that she had on Raw was awful.
You can't make a sandwich out of some crap out the sewer. Come on, man.
And you can't make different catchphrases and words to make this sound decent for Liv Morgan because it's not.
It's not her fault. I can't make a story make sense if I'm gonna have a baby face do heel stuff to a heel. I can't. It's like because I look at it and go psychologically, this makes no sense.
Okay,
why would a baby face be wanting an advantage? They're supposed to be the ones that's trying to come up over the disadvantages.
Then ask me this question: you thought Liv Morgan was beating Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship?
That was the story.
Did you answer the question? Did you
what is the question? Go ahead.
Did you think Liv Morgan was gonna beat Becky Lynch?
No, I did not.
Did you think Liv Morgan was gonna beat Ronda Rousey? Not before, after Money in the Bank. After Money in the Bank.
Yeah, we got me on camera. I was on tape saying it, like, oh yeah, Liv Morgan gonna beat her. Like, I made it's gonna happen some type of way. I'm not saying she was gonna go in there and take Ronda Rousey's arm off, but I knew she was gonna come out the victor.
And yet, so at the end of the day, we came to the conclusion that Liv Morgan still did absolutely nothing.
Whose fault is that?
Now, here. I'll give it to Justin. That feud with Becky helped get fans behind Liv more. And
you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. And I said it many times before. I'm on camera, on tape, everything, 4K, 8K, 150. Becky Lynch had the cheat to beat her. And you know what? Don't do it. Don't get up and don't do it. Just sit here. The facts. Becky Lynch had the cheat to beat her, and that's what type of stuff that gets you behind somebody because you know maybe they could have done it. can't tell because so and so had to cheat.
Roman had to cheat to beat Drew.
Don't
Drew's still
don't bring
struggling.
Roman
Drew's
in.
fighting for the Intercontinental title now.
That was different.
Why are we
Solo
talking
just
about
can't.
him? Why are we talking about Drew? We can care. Why do we care about what Liv Morgan doing? Liv Morgan gonna get better in NXT somewhere. I'm not a hater. She's
You
gonna
sound
get
like
better. She's gonna get
man.
better. She's
You
just
that's
not
how
there yet. We're not. She's Roman to me. She's the big dog to me. The big dog needed some time. He did not need 12,000 belts. He did
did
not
they
have
send
to. He did not have to be Grand Slam champion.
did they send Roman back to NXT?
No, they gave him what 5 years off and made him come back with Paul Heyman.
5 years.
That's exaggeration. It's exaggeration.
I was like, wait a minute.
They gave him time off and he came back with Paul Heyman and his cousins. He
Look,
got
man.
rebranded. That's what Liv Morgan needs. Liv Morgan needs to go somewhere for 5 months. Go
You know,
somewhere.
the thing is, if I was to do that, I would have done that after Extreme Rules, but they didn't.
Exactly.
That's not on her. That's WWE. They should have.
But
Somebody
it's
else should have had
you.
thought this.
It's people like you.
It's people
That
like
is
me that
shoving Liv Morgan
this
in
stuff.
people's faces. Liv Morgan, look, she's a little overrated. Look, I know Justice say Charlotte is overrated. Liv Morgan is overrated. Like that's 100%, and that shouldn't be shocked. Nobody should be shocked that I said that. That should be like a realistic statement. I love you though, Liv. I do love Liv Morgan though.
How can you be overrated if you saying she didn't do enough?
Because she don't do anything.
What do you know what?
You won Money in the Bank. You beat Ronda Rousey barely. And then you got choked out by Ronda. What have you done? And then, oh, well, she's going to win the Royal Rumble. Flew out. Oh, well, she definitely going to have a match at Mania. She in a Battle Royal about to get
Wait a minute, because I ain't gonna let you sit up here and keep disrespecting her like that, man. You make it seem like she walked into the Royal Rumble and got eliminated in about 15 seconds. She started in the same time Rhea Ripley did. Every record Rhea Ripley set, being in the longest.
Who did she eliminate? You never asked me that question. Who did Liv Morgan eliminate besides what? Bayley?
You acting like Bayley is just some Slim Jim or something that just walked into the match. Come on, man. It ain't about how many people you eliminated because we've already talked about that. You say Kane, they always talk about Kane got all these elimination records. Has Kane won a Royal Rumble? Has Kane main evented? Has Kane ever did what?
Kane hasn't won a Royal Rumble, but he's in the record books. What is
The
Liv
record
Morgan?
books.
What is Liv Morgan? What has she done in a Royal
To
Rumble?
me, they ain't spot because they both didn't win. You can be eliminate how many people you want, but if you get eliminated, it don't mean diddly squat.
They in the record books. You could never win a World Series, but if you got the most home runs in a single season, or you got the most home runs in a career, you're there forever.
And you still don't have no World Series to your name.
That doesn't matter. Oh my goodness,
That's a consolation for you then. Oh well, you ain't win the big one, but here you go.
Justice says, as much as I hated the squash match at SummerSlam with Becky and Bianca, it did wonders for Bianca. Becky basically built worthy challengers. Justin, I hate you right now.
Thank you, man. I love you, Justin.
I couldn't disagree more.
Don't listen. No.
We talked about that squash match. We talked about how awful that is. No, that didn't help Bianca Belair.
The thing,
Becky part.
it was horrible, but it was a horrible thing. The way it played out, I can look at it now and go, okay, whatever. Bianca did get back twice. So that's how you should. If you're gonna go that way, at least end it off on at least make it worth it. Okay, like if you're gonna break my heart, at least do it for a reason.
Look, man. At the end of it, look. I just don't think that we should be giving that title to Becky just yet. Now, Becky's amazing. Becky's awesome. Becky's dope. But that squash to Bianca, I just felt was just too selfish. And then, like, say if Bianca were to, because that's a big risk you're taking. All right, I'm going to pretty much squash you, and you have to stay healthy until WrestleMania and pretty much work your way to fight me. So we did this in August. You have to pretty much wait till the end of March, April, May, whenever it was, and to get your get back. Have fun while I'm holding this title and I'm pretty much floating around with it.
I'll also say that's a lot of testament to Bianca as well, though. To be able to go through like a loss like that that kind of just halts all your momentum, but also be able to still sustain, how over you are and how people feel about you, all the way to Survivor Series, all the way to Elimination Chamber, all the way to WrestleMania. Some people can go through something like that and never pick up their steam again, but she did. In a way, I mean, it was an ugly way to go about it, but at the end of the day, it kind of showed you a testament of like Bianca without the belt. It made you still care, it made you still invested. She did, I would say, not it. She made you still feel that way. I don't know about you, but I did.
Of course you did, man. Of course you did. You did, man. Justin says Becky did the same for Liv. WWE were the ones after that killed Liv's run with the title before it even got the chance to start, man. Look.
Justin, man, you just out here spitting, man. I appreciate it because I be needing.
No, Justin, I'm sorry. Justin, I'm sorry. I love you, man, but don't let him hype you up like this. Don't let him hype you up.
I ain't hyping. I'm just speaking facts, which is I do. And people throw rocks at me. You speaking facts? Go out of here with those facts, Devin. And I'm like, well, what you want? I'm not gonna sit here and speak lies. And if I do, I mean,
crazy. Oh, that's crazy because you've been lying for the past ever since we started this thing, man. I just can't believe this dude.
Oh my! Everything I say, it has. I look. I walk around 2 circles before I say what I'm gonna say, man. That's because I just don't say nothing because I ain't do a lot of walking around about it first. Everything I say has some type of substance to it. I don't just be sitting up here just going, Big Mac, I don't any type of garbage. I just look.
Nah, this may be capping, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know how we're gonna have to clear this out, man, but I think we just got
Thank you, Justin. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Justin. Look, we got to get into a former WWE wrestler filed a trademark for a new name. Naomi filed a trademark for a Trinity Star. Trinity Star. That's going to be the new professional nickname for Naomi. It came out a couple days ago that she isn't a part of WWE anymore. And now it looks like she'll still be wrestling. To be honest, I didn't think she would. I thought she would be done for. Your thoughts on Trinity Star?
She wants to continue pursuing wrestling and on her own speed. I like that for her. I'm very hurt, to find out that she's not a part of WWE no more. But hey, I mean, people gotta do what they gotta do. And if that's what Trinity wants to do, that's what Trinity's gonna do.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think she'll come back. She'll be back.
Bloodline.
So I mean, and I think Sasha will be back too. I don't think anybody's gonna be gone for good. You're never really gone from the WWE for good, obviously.
You saying there's a chance?
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. I mean, not a chance for you to meet her, but there's a chance for her that she could be back.
I know you ain't talking. You of all people should have some type of sympathy for somebody to meet anybody, man. If I want to go meet Santa Claus, you should be the main one telling me, Devin, it's a chance, bro. You can do it. I wasn't able to meet Jamie Hayter, but you can meet Santa Claus, man. Put them cookies out there, and he'll be out there. This guy, dude, just because he failed and it didn't happen, now he just want everybody else to not live their dreams and stuff.
Let me put it like this. Liv Morgan is you and Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks. You getting choked out in Extreme Rules. You ain't gonna never see her. I'm sorry. That didn't even make sense. I tried to make it make sense.
See what I'm saying?
I tried to make it sense, but it didn't work. Devin, we have a minute left. We just pretty much talked and ran this whole thing up. And we just spent so much time arguing, complaining, yelling. You free on Friday?
Friday, yeah, you know what? I am actually, I actually am.
Or Thursday?
Thursday, you know what? Thursday, I'm actually free as well.
We'll pick a day. We will pick a day either Thursday or Friday. That will be our WrestleMania predictions. So WrestleMania review. We'll probably even throw some stand and deliver in there, if we're feeling feisty. But Devin, is there anything you want to say before we close this show out?
I do. Because look, I'm gonna let y'all know. Look, it's Tuesday, right? You see how we was just all arguing and just throwing chairs and paper balls. we'll do that on Sunday. Sunday is a respectable certain day. You know, we just trying to give y'all some nice, respectable insight. But come Tuesday, the gloves come off because it's the middle of the week, and that's when all the anarchy and bull job be going around. And look, I'm listening to this man. You know, look, Justin, thank you. You know, for putting some sense and some actual positive insight to these things because I've been trying to do this all by myself. You know, it's tough. So having somebody that's willing to speak the facts along with me, I appreciate that. You know, Liv Morgan, we got your back, man. Watch me. You know, look, you know, forget it. You know, just that's why he like Jamie Hater so much because it's in the last name. He a hater. He can't help it. He wake up and just instantly start hating. We've been trying to get him some help to stop hating, but he just won't stop. Like ever since freshman year, he just come in hating. But you know what? We gonna leave it on that. You know, it's been your boy Devin Crimes, and I'm gonna be back when I'm hosting. You know, I'm gonna be in better to top shape. You know, form, and we gonna get it cracking. So back to the number one hater in the nation, the man that don't ever want to see you achieve your dreams, that think you can't hold a championship or have a fulfilling storyline in 3 years. Isaiah Jackson, hate on Liv Morgan Jr. Bring him on back. Bring him on back. Yeah, look at him. Look at that. Look at that. Exhibit A, hater.
See,
To my left.
I need to have something to hate on, you know, for me to be a hater. That's the crazy part about this whole thing. You know, if you ain't got nothing to hate on, you know, what are you really mad about? That's my whole thing. But you know,
I say it as it's nothing to hate on. So why you hate?
right? Exactly. There ain't nothing to hate on. You said it right there. Ain't nothing to hate on. So why do I gotta hate?
Plenty. It's plenty.
There's plenty. Look, we will be back Thursday or Friday to give our pretty much our reviews, our predictions. Oh man, I'm gonna beat the daylights out of this man. Look, I gotta say that.
I say you gonna be me.
It's like I gotta say a quick prayer before we start making these picks because like it's just getting to the point where it's just like I want to spare this man, but considering how last year went, you know, just got to put the beats on him, man. Just got to put the beats on him.
No Dr. Dre.
We appreciate you, Justin. That was an accident. We appreciate you, Justin. Now that was an awesome debate, awesome show, guys. Man, we appreciate you. We still haven't paid these $9, bro. We apologize. As soon as we pay these $9, you definitely getting the link. Like that's automatic. Like that's I promise you. We didn't say that for the past I don't know how long. We just you would think we like
crack
we
open a piggy
like,
bank.
yeah, like we both got jobs. You know, we both work a good 9 to 5.
But
But
this
we
economy,
over here,
man.
and we stressing about $9, man. But
Got about them.
But hey, man, look, WWE 2K just came out. We couldn't get them. We couldn't get the $9, but $9 coming soon. We'll have a whole new look possibly Thursday or Friday. Thank you so much for listening as always, and we'll see you guys next time.